We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we hit double digits, Week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Raiders of Oakland taking on the Denver Broncos.
Set to kick off.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
Well, as they say, if you drew it up, you couldn't have drawn it a whole lot better. That's exactly how you want to start the game. Excellent momentum off the opening kickoff.
Here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And still fighting. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in for the touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with career touchdown number 125, moving him into a tie with Walter Payton on the all-time list. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Jake Elliott
on for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead.
It's the score, Raiders 7, Broncos nothing.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll run. It's Brashard Smith. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. The Broncos at 2-6 now on the year. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
19, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready?
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready,
The
set.
Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
79 Broncos.
To the air goes Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Buffalo 18. Viking 18.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 73 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Come on, come on.
That's out to the left, flat and complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Ready.
To throw is Daniels. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs.
You look at this Bronco defense.
They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it, because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Let's go now. 76.
Toss left. This is Smith. And he'll rumble for about 5. Up close to the 40. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Now back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready?
On play action, they'll throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack.
46-yard line.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready, ready.
They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now.
It's a gain of 6.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Ready.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard
Certainly not a
line.
positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
But not a big gain with that play. But what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go now. Ready.
A give to Smith out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 28.
7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
19, let's go. Cougar Knights, Buffalo 18. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
2nd and 6. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Cowboy 8, Mustang 19. 79 Broncos. 65 Cats, 65 Cats.
Back to throw.
To the right side and intercepted.
There he goes, left side. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Ready, ready.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Jahmyr Gibbs
With career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0.
Broncos, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, good move.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Okay, break.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're
You don't
down.
want to.
Well, no, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger, chop 60, chop 60. Go.
He'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Dragon 60. Here we go. 7 Pirates, 60, 79 Broncos. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Let go.
They'll look to throw again. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
And a quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Bronco 80. Warriors 70. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Smith. He'll get it inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Nineteen tight. Ready. 70 Ranger. Viking 18. Chop 60, chop 60. Dragon 60.
Back to throw again. This is caught. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Okay, ready? Go!
Smith is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
2nd and goal at the 2-yard
Panther 60,
line.
Panther 60, 79 Broncos. Let go.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal.
Ready?
Here we go now with Smith. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the 2nd quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
Well, they're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on 4th and goal, but they're going for it.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats, Warriors 70.
He'll drop to throw. He'll try to do it himself.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Broncos take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Evan McPherson for the extra point.
And it's 17-7.
Makes the score Raiders 17, Broncos 7. Evan McPherson set to kick off.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Tag. Bronco 80. Panther 11. Panther 11. 19 tight. 19 tight.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Gets past one man.
And he'll work free from one tackler, but that's about all as he's taken down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And the Raiders have got him.
Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off.
3-yard loss on the play.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Top 50, 19 Tiger, 19, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Mustang 19. Dragon 60. Let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them.
And this will be caught at the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Daniels looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
At the 17-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play. It's now 4th down and 1.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Now, how about this? They'll change it at the line.
And they just did not get the snap away in time.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Buffalo 18. Ready. 65. 60 Bison. 60. Cup 19. Cup 18. Rattler. 18.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
79 Broncos. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Ready.
Here's 2nd and 8. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Let's go. 70 Timberwolves. Panther 11. Mustang 19. Chop 60. Chop 60. Warriors 7. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now a run here off the RP. The ball comes out. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retained possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. Laying himself out in the end zone. And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. McPherson now for the extra point. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14.
The score, Raiders 20, Broncos 14. Evan McPherson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Dragon 60.
Here's Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he'll just get rid of it.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. And Wilson in motion left. Now Daniels.
Over the middle, complete. It's Leonard. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
94 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Let's go. Panther 11, Panther 11. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Go.
Throwing now is Daniels.
He finds his man, complete. It's Leonard. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 40-yard line.
79 Broncos. Here we go. Shot. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Mustang 19. Warriors 70. Let go.
To the air goes Daniels.
And his throw is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
19-18. Go street.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Let's go now. 60 Bobcats. 6 Cowboy 80. Cup 19. Cup 19. Let's go.
Daniels going to throw for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a first down here before he gets banged down to the turf pretty hard. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
Bronco 80.
To throw is Daniels. He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll look to throw here on first down. And it's complete to Mitchell. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Raiders add on to their 4th quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2.
Jake
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is now 13.
Makes the score Raiders 27, Broncos 14.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Now he's going to step up and run. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them. And not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Shut up. 18 Cardinal. 18 Buffalo 18.
Back to throw here. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Dragon 60.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Anthony Gould
with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
McPherson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Second and a couple.
Alert! Alert! Here we go. Hey, Travis. Bronco, go street.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. There he goes again. Inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, his third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Raiders use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
Jake
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 13.
Makes the score Raiders 34, Broncos 21.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. They'll come up first and 10 here.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready? Like 18, 79 Broncos. Cup 19, Cup 19, Panther 11, Panther 11.
He'll look to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here comes second down.
19 tight. 70 Timberwolf. Mustang 19. 19 Lion. Go.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
First down.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's first and 10.
Warriors 70. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete.
Let's go, let's go.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
18 target. 19 target. Tracking 60. 60 Bobcat, 60 bucks.
They'll look to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
60 Eagles, 70 Rangers, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready?
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Cougar Knight, Dragon 60, 18 Rattler, 18 19 Type, 19 Mustang 19.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Ready?
This is 3rd and goal.
Come on, set. 18 Cardinal, 19 Lion. Buffalo 18. Warrior 70. Trap 60. Ready?
Back to throw again.
He'll try to do this himself. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
60 Maverick, 79 Broncos. Go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got plenty to catch.
180 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and it's never easy to come into Denver to win. You think all you have to deal with the altitude, but they got the job done.
Well, there's a reason Olympic athletes train nearby. All right, they've got a terrific training center in Colorado Springs. You train at the altitude, the lungs expand, you go down to the regular. Oh, my goodness, they can go all day. And, in fact, a lot of visiting teams, when you visit Denver, you know what's printed in your locker room? Welcome to the Mile High City. The air is rare. They get in your head that way.
So for the Raiders, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile,